The Bryan-College Station housing market is getting softer, and it doesn't look like it's found its bottom yet. In fact, I think it's going to get much worse before it gets better. That is, until and if Elon comes to town, in which case this whole thing could completely turn around. Let's look at some numbers. So this is current as of May 2025, which is the most recent data we have. And in May, the median price here in BCS was $315,000. Now, unfortunately, that's actually down month over month from $329,900. That's a 4.5% decrease in just 30 days. Compared to last year, we're down 1.2%. Active inventory, this is an important one, a number we've seen increase for the last 2 years, and we're at 1,569 active listings. That's up from last month where we were at 1,511, and year over year, we're talking about a huge increase. Last year at this time, we were around 1,395 active listings. Another important number is months of inventory. Is it a buyer or seller's market? The bigger the number, the softer the market, the more a buyer has the upper hand. Currently, we're at 5.6 months. Last month, we were at 5.5 months. So it's a number that's increasing, indicating softness. And last year, well, we're up a ton from last year. In fact, around this time last year, we were about 5 months of inventory. So everything is indicating that the market is getting softer. And I don't think that this is going to change anytime soon, because if we look at the national level, we need to look at mortgage interest rates, which has a large impact, is a big factor in what's going on with our housing market. Of course, interest rates have been high. Right now, they're around 6.6%. I'm recording this at the beginning of June 2026. So at 6.6%, houses are generally unaffordable. And rates, well, they kind of follow the economy. So this is what's going on in the economy. Inflation is well above the Fed's target. And the job market, at least based on our most recent jobs report, well, it's pretty strong. That means that the Federal Reserve will likely increase the federal funds rate because that's one of their strongest levers to affect inflation. They want to decrease inflation. They do so by increasing interest rates. Well, when they increase the interest rates, the 10-year Treasury, subsequently mortgage rates, also tend to increase. So by the end of the year, we could see interest rates that are actually higher than our current 6.6. This would lead to a market that is going to continue to slow down. But of course, real estate is hyper local, and here locally we have a storm brewing, and this is the equivalent of having a storm cloud on the horizon after a 3-month drought, and that storm cloud is called SpaceX. So Elon is actually taking his company SpaceX public right now as I'm recording this. That means that we're in the early stages of their what's called IPO. Now this is important because this is a way that a company will raise capital for big projects, big improvements, or growth. In this case, Elon has his sights set on a massive Microchip facility, a plant that he'll use to create data centers in space. Absolutely mind-blowing stuff. His proposed site is in Grimes County, 20 minutes from College Station. Now, this is super important because he's proposing to put a $55 billion microchip processing plant right here in the Brazos Valley. That's going to bring upwards of 20,000 construction jobs and then 2,000 high-paying permanent jobs to the Brazos Valley. I think that that will be the catalyst necessary to completely change our housing market. Of course, at that point, we won't have enough supply, so we'll be restricted on supply. There'll be a ton of demand, which means prices will likely increase again. Now, this isn't guaranteed yet. We still need to see if this IPO goes over well. We also need to see if the local school boards agree to the tax breaks that are being requested. We also need to see just generally if Elon is going to commit to this site here in Grimes County. And for that, well, you're going to need updates. And I plan on updating you as frequently as possible. The best way to catch those updates will be by subscribing to this channel, investing in Bryan-College Station, where I will drop YouTube short updates, but also long format monthly market updates just like this one every single month. So you should like and subscribe. And if you want to know more about this Terrafab facility, check out this video right here.